Hi, my name is Liv, and for my Adopt a Senior project, I'm interviewing, I decided to interview Mabel Mann, and that is my grandmother. So the beginning, Mabel Oliver Mann, she was born on February the 27th, 1947. She is the second oldest out of four other children. So the first oldest is Fred Oliver, and then of course it's her, the second, and it's Shirley Oliver, and then there's Marvin Oliver, and then the baby is Tony Oliver. And both of her parents' names are Elsie Oliver and Dee Oliver. So Mabel, she wasn't like a typical child. She wasn't very active, like how most kids during the 50s, they were normally outside playing with their friends, stuff like that. Mabel, she really didn't do that because she had asthma and allergies, so she was in the house most of the time, and she would be reading because that was something that she really enjoyed to do, and playing the piano, which all of her four siblings played the piano, but she really gravitated towards it because that was just something that she had a passion in. And she also spent a lot of time with her grandma, from just like taking care of her, cooking, just going over her house, just enjoying her time with her grandma, which is what I also do as well. So one of the core memories that Mabel stated that she said she'll never forget from her childhood is when her older brother Fred Oliver got burned at her grandmother's house, and that was just something that really stuck with her because that was something that had never happened before, and he was burned really bad, and she just kind of took care of him and was just kind of the helping hand and trying to make sure that his burn healed and just being there for him. In which that's kind of when she decided that she wanted to be a nurse because she really enjoyed taking care of people and just being around people and just catering towards them. So Mabel's early adult life. Mabel attended Maine Elementary, and she also attended Maine High School, and she graduated in 1965. So after graduating from Maine High School, that same year, 1965, she decided to enroll in school at Albany State University. And she stayed there for 1 year, and after that 1 year, she decided to transfer to Berry College. And that's where she pursued her nursing degree, and she graduated with her nursing degree in 1969. And going to school was something that was really important for all of Elsie and Dee's children because they really wanted to enforce them and encourage them to go to school because that was something that they didn't have the privilege to do growing up. So yes. So after graduating from Berry College, Mabel's first job out of college was at Floyd Medical Center, also known as Afro Medical Center now. And there she was a charge nurse in the O wing. And Mabel also stated that she did deal with some discrimination in the workplace because she was an African American woman working in a predominantly white field. And she stated that she did deal with some patients kind of confused on like what she was doing there, like how is she the nurse. And Mabel just stated that she just let them know that she was in charge and that they were in great care of her and they had nothing to be worried about. And she just kind of just dealt with that discrimination and just kind of just pushed through it. And these are just a couple pictures of Mabel. One you can see is her Berry College school ID, which is quite interesting to see. It's still kind of similar to the ones that we have today, but kind of different, but you still see like it's in color and just states everything. And then this is also a picture of Mabel in her nurse's uniform, also there, so you can see that. So also going into her later life, but still her young life, Mabel met Otha Mann, which is her husband and is my grandfather. She met him in the 5th grade actually, which I think is just quite interesting. She was friends with his sister Brenda, and they started dating in August of 1964. And she also told me that she would always remember that she would always be on the phone talking to Brenda or just seeing Brenda, and she would always say that Otha would be in the background saying, "Tell Mabel Oliver I said hey," and I just find that so cute. Okay. And they started dating in August of 1964. Mabel and Otha got engaged in 1968, and they got married in 1969. Mabel and Otha, they have 3 children. The oldest being Otha Mann III, which is my dad, and then my uncle Brandon Mann and my aunt Sharice Mann. And in this picture, you can see that this is Mabel and Otha going to prom. If you can see her prom dress, and you can see his tuxedo. And then you can see Mabel and Otha on their wedding day in her wedding dress and in his tuxedo. And and they're actually at Springfield Baptist Church, the church that we all still go to today. And this is Otha holding little Otha right there in the baby, so we can see that as well. So Mabel's life. Mabel and Otha also enjoy watching all 3 of their children grow up and have children themselves. And Mabel also stated that it was just so important and she just enjoyed watching all her children grow up because they all have quite different personalities, and I see that today. One's very dominant, one's more calm, and the other one's just kind of goes with the flow. And it's just kind of interesting to see them all just kind of grow up and kind of see them now taking care of her and just seeing like how their personalities are. And Mabel and Otha, they have 3 beautiful granddaughters. Taryn, who is the oldest, me, I'm the second oldest, and Baylin, she is the youngest. Life shifted for Mabel and Otha forever when he was diagnosed with gastric cancer, and he actually ended up dying on June 28th of 2003. Becoming a widow was a hard pill to swallow for Mabel. Because it was just hard for her to adjust from having, first she said it was just having like a 2-income family, and then just like trying to figure out how to do life without him, which was something that she never had to do because she knew him from the 5th grade, so that's all you kind of knew. And she was just stating that she just missed like his dominance and just like how fun he was and just how she enjoyed so much life with him. And she also said that was one of her biggest regrets, not being able to grow old with him, because she was just so used to having him in her life that it was just kind of like a shocker for her to have to do life without him and still having a job and still having to put her youngest child through college and trying to figure out how she was going to pay for that, because she was just so used to having 2 incomes and her being a nurse and her still having to pay bills, still having to pay for her mortgage and stuff. It was just kind of a hard adjustment for her, but she was able to adjust to it, and she's still adjusting to it after 19 years, still just trying to figure out how to do certain things by herself and still wishing that he was here every day. So in these pictures, you can see that this is Sharice, Otha, and Brandon, and that's when they were all younger. And then in this other picture, this is like a family picture. You can see Mabel, Otha, Sharice holding a doll, Otha and Brandon. And then this is another picture where you can see our whole family here actually. You can see Audra, Marvin, Liz, Andrea, Otha, Mabel, Elsie as well. Okay, so in this picture you can see this is Mabel, that is Marvin, that is Fred, that is my dad, Otha, that is Audra, that is Tara, and those are Fred's 2 children. So to continue on with Mabel's life, in Mabel's older age, she really started to enjoy painting, and she really started enjoying like just doing different things to her house. She really started finding joy in watching HGTV, which is something that like I just never really understood. I just kind of find it boring, but she really enjoys it, and that's something that I will watch with her because I know that she does enjoy that. And she also really enjoys being part of the choir at Springfield Baptist Church. And there she is a part of the choir, and she is one of the main pianists there. An actual fun fact about Springfield Baptist Church, the whole side of the Mann family, we are all also members of Springfield Baptist Church. And she also does enjoy spending time with her children and her grandchildren and her sisters and brothers. Just from going on trips, just going over their house, just doing things like just getting together for holidays, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, 4th of July, just doing things that just keep her going and to just kind of remind her that she's not alone. And Mabel, she did have a couple wise words that she did want to leave with my class, and and a couple of her sayings was live every day to the fullest and take one day at a time. And I just find that that's just so important to do, because I know for myself that I kind of start to just put so much pressure on myself to do this and to do that, do this, do that, do that, that. You gotta do it right now, I gotta do this. So yeah, so I just always put my trust, and she would always tell me to just put my trust in God and just believe that things are gonna get better and take one day at a time, which is so important. Which is something that's so important. So in these couple pictures, you can see that this is Mabel right there, and that is Dee Oliver, her father, and that is Elsie Oliver, her mother, and that is her sister Shirley, and that is my cousin Taryn. And then also in this other picture, you can see Mabel with her daughter Cherise. And then this is just like a family picture of Mabel with our entire family. That's me right there, actually, and that is my mom, and those are my aunts and my aunts and cousins. And then this is just kind of like a collage of pictures of Mabel. This is Mabel playing the piano right there at Springfield Baptist Church. That is Mabel also there playing the piano again. Mabel playing the piano again, and that is her sister Shirley, and that is my dad during the peace sign, and that is Mabel, and they're both sitting on the piano. And this is just a family portrait of them. And this is a very recent picture of my grandma when we went to Denver, Colorado a couple years back. And then this is just an invitation for Mabel and Otha's wedding. So yes, this was just a great experience to do this project with my grandmother, and it just kind of showed me like another side of her that I had never seen before, and I was able to learn new things about her. So I'm very grateful for this assignment. Thank you.